everybody, and welcome to another lonely edition of Whiskey at Work. You know, we've been trying to keep these videos coming at about once per week, but we're all separated. The three of us that normally do these videos, Rob works in the morning, I come in the afternoon. I think Kelsey does most of her work from home, or if she does come in, she comes in the morning. So company policy for us, we can't intermingle. I couldn't even get my fingers to intermingle right there. And so this has been, for creative types in this field, this has been hard. Because it's hard to be creative when you don't have that energy around you to do the stuff that we've been doing over the past year, almost a year and a half now, which is crazy. I mean, I had to hang this back up when I came in here because we use this room for other things. Someone had taken the spring out of the tension rod and put it over here on our soundboard, but didn't bother to tell anybody. So for 20 minutes, I was looking for a spring and at the same time trying to hang it up without one. I mean, that's just what we've devolved into. That's what we've become right now. And it's kind of sad, really. But we want to keep these videos coming out. You know, it's the only way to stay engaged with you. And you're the only one I'm drinking with at the moment because I can't hang out with my other two compadres here. I mean, look at my hair, for God's sake. I haven't had a haircut in 3 or 4 months right now. I know the salons are open. I could go back, schedule an appointment, get in and do one. But at this point, why bother? You know, what the heck? Seriously. I might as well just forget about it now. But here's something interesting. You can take that out, Russ, or leave it in. At this point, I don't care. I learned something about myself this past weekend. Ever since I've been all in on these whiskeys and scotches and bourbons, I have always, except for 1 or 2 scotches, always drank the whiskey over ice. It's just how I've preferred it, a little bit colder and watered down. But most bourbon experts will tell you, you need to put water in your bourbon. Don't think that that's an uncool thing to do, or you're not manly or womanly enough. If you put water in your drink. So over the weekend, I took 3 or 4 different bourbons that I had at home, and I'm like, let's just give this a try. I don't think I'm going back to ice. It changes everything. The flavor, the smell, it brings out stuff in that bourbon you didn't even know was in there. Again, I've had a lot of time over the weekends at home to kind of study this sort of thing. My own studies, of course. None of this is scientifically backed or supported by anybody but probably myself. So I wanted to try that here today. And it's been about a year now. We've had this in my office. It's fantastic. A friend of mine that I went to high school with actually brought us a bottle of this Wiser's. It's a Canadian whiskey, and this is the 18-year-old version of it. If you're going to buy this and you see it in a liquor store, snatch it up. For a Canadian whiskey, which I don't always prefer, I would buy this anytime I saw it, and I would keep it on hand at home. So I wanted to try this, though, with the water to see if it is as good as the bourbons that I've been having. Again, most bourbon experts do recommend as much as 1 part water to 1 part bourbon. I'm not going to do quite that much with this one. That one didn't have the water in it. Boy, that looked silly. That certainly wasn't. This one has the water. Rob, Kelsey, Russ, I miss you guys. Instantly, it changes the nose of this whiskey and brings out a lot of stuff. There's an apple in there. Something I'm getting. I don't know. But I put about, a third of the amount of the whiskey that's in the glass. Drinking it at room temperature, it's better. It's just better. Of course, I would never tell you how to drink your bourbon, your scotch, or your whiskey. I can only recommend, with all the trials that I've done, what I think is the best, and what a lot of experts recommend as well. Drink it however you like, but don't be afraid to try something different, because it can make a bourbon or a whiskey or a scotch that you really enjoy, it can make you taste it in a whole new way. And that is what has been a lot of fun for me over this whole social distancing to experiment with. And I can't wait to sit down with Rob and Kelsey again here at some point and talk about these differences. Give it a try. Go to your liquor cabinet, pull out I've been using the Weller, which is one of my favorites with water. I even did it in some Gentleman Jack, which changed it all up too. And I had some Auchentoshan, some scotch that I put water in, and delicious. Changed the whole thing. Go give it a shot. Thank you for watching this, by the way. You didn't have to. There was no reason for you to sit through however many minutes this was just to be told this. But I'm glad you did. And soon, very soon, we're going to be back to doing the normal videos that we normally do and going down some of the paths we have mapped out earlier, and hopefully introducing you to some new things. So thank you so much for watching Whiskey at Work. If you don't subscribe to the podcast, please do. You can find it on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Spotify. Go shop at Timmins Market and find some of these bourbons and scotches and whiskeys. They'll help you. They'll talk to you. They'll be probably better coiffed. I'm sure their hair will look a lot better than mine does right now. Dan takes wonderful care of his hair, from what I understand. So, give them a try. I think you'll love the selection that they have out there. And please follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. I think we have a website coming soon too. If you're interested in any, I'm just going to shut up and drink. I miss my friends. It's the only time I'm ever going to say that too, Rob. Thanks for watching Whiskey at Work. Have a great rest of your pandemic.